Students in the Hazleton area school district lost 4 days of classes last week thanks to Stella, and crews in many municipalities are still working to remove the 30 inches of white stuff from area streets. Lisa Sugar talked with Hazleton area's top official on the decision to resume classes today with a 2-hour delay.
Dr. Craig Butler, the superintendent of schools for the Hazleton area school district, is here now to talk about the situation where the snowstorm had an impact on bus pickups for the district. So you put a statement on the district website and the Facebook page last night. So tell us what your concerns were and what that statement involved.
Well, Lisa, I think the first decision was, do we actually have school? And in speaking with some of the school directors and some key people that I usually confer with, we did, of course, decide to go ahead with a 2-hour delay. Our concern was, we are hearing concerns relative to snowbanks still being piled up in areas where children normally stand waiting for buses. Students not being able to navigate their normal sidewalks because, they may not be totally cleared in all areas. So we were a little concerned about students walking on streets where travel is a little heavier. So those concerns, and with regard to the 2-hour delay, again, with the sun coming up, getting a little brighter later, we didn't want students perhaps having to navigate in a street or, being in a precarious spot with not having full daylight. So that was another justification for the 2-hour delay.
So you had the 2-hour delay, and then you told people if their bus stop wasn't accessible, what did they do then? Correct.
We knew up front, Lisa, that certain areas, certain roadways, some of the outlying areas in the greater Hazleton area, we knew there were going to be problems with regard to bus access. Not so much untravelable roads, but our buses being able to navigate turns where the streets are half again as wide as they normally are. So we did post that announcement on the website, on Facebook, and our what we now call our remind.com, which is a way that we communicate with our parents through text. So we made the announcement that if they think they're in a area that's compromised by bus travel, if they could move to a major roadway. We communicated some of that via radio this morning. I was out personally this morning on some of our streets, asking students to move, for example, from Cedar to Poplar, where the buses had better access.
I'll play devil's advocate a little bit here. Saw some of the comments on Facebook and that some of the parents saying, why not just cancel? Or, also concerned with walkers and where the students that are getting dropped off at the end of today. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, with regard to the walkers, Lisa, we heard very few concerns, and perhaps we're just not hearing them, but we checked with several of our schools this morning. I sometimes am the recipient of parent concerns, as you know. My phone was not ringing with regard to walkers. As I was traveling around the city of Hazleton this morning, I did not observe any problems with the walkers, either young children or middle school children. Really, I thought it went fairly smoothly. I didn't see anything that would have jeopardized a young person's safety at all this morning, Lisa.
Were you getting hit with phone calls this morning from parents who were upset that their stops were moved?
Not upset. We received a few phone calls from parents saying, hey, my children can't stand in the normal location. I don't want them standing on the corner of 2 streets right up next to a snowbank, so I've decided to keep my children home today. And that's fine. We certainly respect that, their opinion as parents and that decision, and that will not be held against them. And we hope to be totally operational, back to normal tomorrow morning.
Alrighty. And I know I asked you earlier when we were talking, people are wondering when's the last day of school and what about the kids that didn't have kindergarten in the morning, and that you're working on a plan?
Yes, obviously, Lisa, with the 8 days that we've lost, we're now talking serious makeup days. Potentially going to school in the latter part of June. We are working with the state to devise a plan that would be reasonable, but also meet state guidelines in terms of days and minimum hours for elementary, 990 hours per year, and for 900 for elementary, 990 for secondary. So as long as we've met that time requirement, I think we have a little leeway, and we're certainly understanding of perhaps some of our older students have summer commitments, summer jobs, perhaps taking college classes early in the summer, traveling plans with our families. So we're going to do everything possible to be careful about going too late in June and being reasonable about the makeup days.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Butler, for coming in and talking about the situation. We'll keep you up to date, but hopefully, as Dr. Butler said, things will be back to normal, hopefully by tomorrow.